Welcome to another episode of Off Card Collectors, where the irony is we generally don't take anything out of packages. Today is all about preparation for
The Chicago Toy Show.
You're right, the Chicago Toy Show. Thank you, Matt.
Nailed it.
You did.
I could do your job.
You can have my job.
I don't want it.
Okay.
Seems like a lot of pressure.
I feel like you just interviewed for it.
My table's much cleaner on this side of the table.
If you can see behind the scene, okay, listen, that's usually how I live my life, but it's kind of more.
No, it's because you have the laptop to run.
Because I got like a million things going on over here. So,
anyways, Chicago Toy Show.
that's exciting, right?
It's like a
So today is the 12th of April,
12th of April today.
which means that in 11 days, if that's the math.
Checks out.
Okay, checks out. 11 days, Sunday, the 23rd of April, we've got the Chicago Toy Show, which is in St. Charles, Illinois. It's done at the King County Fairgrounds. Yep. Yeah. So here's the question. So Sunday is the full day. So that's the whatever they run 8 to. I probably
think 8 to 3 or 8 to 4.
Yeah. Are we going Saturday for early admission, paying $50?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not. Unless you hit up our GoFundMe.
We don't have one of those.
We will set up a GoFundMe.
Just check us out on our OnlyFans. Oh,
We just need 50 friends to give us $1 a piece.
That's not asking too much.
But
we each need admission.
you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I know 50 people, so probably.
We need 100, or they got to give $2. That's the math. It checks out.
Yeah.
So yeah, King County Fairgrounds. This is actually their 50th year. So
That's exciting. We've been every year from the first year to the 50th.
because we've been around for 50 years. That's really cool.
This is year 4 for us.
Yeah, it's got to be. So I think year 1 we went just the one. I think we went October.
It's 2019.
Year 2 we went April, October. I think we've gone more than 4 times because last year we went. Didn't we go all 3? Didn't we go?
Last year we went all 3. I'm just trying to think. We've been going since October.
So
19,
yeah. As far as year goes, this is our 4th year. But as far as actual events,
we've done a handful now.
7
more
or 8
than that,
now.
Yeah, because we've done almost with the first year we did the fall. Then we've done at least spring and fall every year since.
Yeah.
And last year we added the summer show. I think.
Yeah, because they finally brought that back, which they're doing this year too. So, you've got April, July, and then October, 4th Sunday of the month.
Yeah.
I love the Chicago.
If you guys have not been and you're in the Midwest area and you can go, it's a fun time. It's a good time. A lot of stuff. Especially, I really like. Granted, the summer show is on its way back, so it could still build. But the bookend shows, the spring and fall, I think is pretty jam packed, pretty fun.
And I'm pretty sure they just announced that they are fully sold out, at least in all the buildings. I think there might be a few pavilion spots available. I don't know whether or not they're still actively looking for people, but I know that it's like pretty much a sold out show. So,
is your buddy Tones gonna be there?
He will meet us there. He's not selling anything this time, but I think it sounds like he's gonna hang out with us.
Oh, nice.
We'll find out.
That'd be cool.
He owes me some stuff because I got to pay him for some. Well, he doesn't owe me. I have to pay him for some stuff, and then he's gonna bring some stuff. So
right here, Tones, pay my man. I'll break your thumbs.
Don't break Tones' thumbs.
No, the thumbs on his toys, on his Bart items. That'll hurt the man much more.
So yeah, the cool thing about the show is like you get free admission. It's $10 a person. Kids under 12 are free. But how many times do you go to a con?
No, it's not free admission. I thought it was $10.
For kids under 12 is free.
All right, the way you said it.
Admission for adults is $10. Kids under 12 is free.
There we go.
0 parking charges. How many times do you go to a con or whatever and you're paying $30 to $50 for entrance, plus you're paying for parking?
Honestly,
McCormick Place is a perfect example.
Honestly, it reminds me more of like a county fair, but centered around toys and stuff.
Oh, sure. And I think that's
you get all the luxuries of kind of that fair feel. Like things are cheap to get in.
Yeah.
You know.
No, that's the beauty of the fairgrounds is they're a well-oiled machine. They've got that stuff figured out. They've been doing it since well before I was a kid. I mean, I grew up in that area, so I remember going to the flea. They do the flea market outside of the shows. So very cool. So okay, it's a great event. If you can make it out there,
check it out.
Definitely check it out. So okay, so we know when it is. We know what it is. We got a game plan. I know we kind of just sometimes we have a game plan, sometimes we don't. What do you think?
Here's what I know is definitely happening. I'm definitely gonna pick you up because I always drive, and I'm definitely gonna stop at Casey's for some donuts.
I'll drive.
Okay. I said usually I'm the one that drives to the toy show.
Whatever you want to do. Yeah. That's not true. I drove last time.
That's true. I think you did.
You're a liar.
I drive more.
So we know.
Either way, I'm meeting at your house. Someone's driving, and we're going to Casey's. I know that.
Because we have to bring donuts, and then what do we normally do? Oh, what else do we do after the show?
And you always gotta get bone beef.
We're going to bone of beef.
Usually that's where we head. I know. Right?
Yeah, because the only other option would be.
Otherwise, although
Canes.
Raising Canes is out that way.
If we stop for barbecue sauce.
What we need to learn to do is do like one in the spring show and one in the fall show, and then
like
let's do that. So we went to. Okay, yeah. We'll figure that out on the way. We got plenty of time on the drive, but.
If we stop for barbecue sauce, we're getting Canes. If we don't stop for barbecue sauce, we're going to bone of beef.
Yeah. But as far as like in the show, I don't know if I have much of a plan. I know that I want to look and be a little bit more proactive looking for one particular masked rider.
Okay.
It's the black and yellow character. I'm not even familiar enough with Black Rider to like be like it's this guy and know his name. I had a toy growing up that was in like my miscellaneous toys.
Okay.
I had no idea who he was from until we started getting into toy collecting.
Yeah.
And saw like a Masked Rider figure, and I was like, oh my god, that toy is a Masked Rider figure, which is in the same vein of like Power Rangers and stuff, which is probably why it draws to me. But I'm going to be on the lookout for that. I think when it comes to Lightning Collection, I think I'm pretty much caught up to where I want to be for all the Lightning Collection pieces.
Yeah.
So I'll keep my eyes peeled for just cool Power Rangers in general.
Yeah. You're jumping the gun on the game plan, man.
Is that not what you wanted to know?
No, I want to know where we're starting. Are we starting in the buildings? Are we going to do the pavilion? You're just jumping all over the place. I know you're excited, and I totally give you that.
I think.
But no, I'm okay with you. Whatever.
No, it's fine. It's high. This is off-card collectors. We don't take stuff off the card. Going to the toy show. What's your game plan, James?
Listen, what is with the sass today? Are you excited?
Of course.
Okay.
I told you this already, but I thought we weren't going to be able, I wasn't going to be able to go for a minute because my nephew has his communion.
Yeah.
The next weekend, but I thought it was the same weekend.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, because we were meeting tonight to record this, and I was like, oh my god, I got to tell James I actually can't go. We'll have to find something else to record, but I can go. I'll be there. Look for me. I'll be the super cool guy next to James.
Yeah, no, I just more or less want to know, do you want to start inside buildings like we normally do, or are we doing the pavilion stuff last, or we do the more, they're still enclosed buildings, but the poultry, whatever.
I personally like going to the bigger buildings first, just because that's usually where we have the better luck.
Sure.
I don't know, is that what you want to do too?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I just want to know if things are changing up this year.
We can.
No, why change?
We can walk them counterclockwise this time.
So, okay, then let's talk about going up and down the aisles. Are we doing what we normally do, one side, the other side? Are we zigzagging? What
I think definitely in the bigger... That's why I want to start with the bigger rooms, is because we can take our time going through those aisles, where there are a lot more... There's good vendors everywhere, so I shouldn't even say that's where the better vendors are. But that's just the enclosed place, the place that you don't have to worry about rain or overheating or anything. But... we can go up and down one side, come back down the next, so twice in an aisle. And then we can kind of rate our pace for the outdoor stuff based on how much time we took up. But, I'm good with starting in the big building. Working our way back towards the car then.
By big building, are you talking about...
The double one.
Okay. Well, they're both doubles.
Oh, the big double one. With the high ceiling. I don't know. The one
that's a gymnasium. More like a gymnasium.
It's not a barn. Okay. Or whatever.
Because I feel like in the past we've started in the indoor buildings to the right where like the bathroom is,
and then gone over there.
Yeah, and then gone over there. But again, what I think we've run into is when we started where we do, or we start whatever that is, we miss out on stuff.
But it doesn't matter because you're going to miss out the stuff that's in like the rabbit and poultry one. True. Like you're missing out on something that you don't even know.
I always miss out on the good stuff.
Well, what if we just like break in 3 hours early, climb the fence? We're not going to do that.
We're not going to do that.
No.
It's a terrible idea.
I think it's like flip a coin.
I know.
It's six of one, half a dozen of the other. Like,
and I know there's a lot of people out there that will do the Saturday, the early pass. You pay the $50. You get to hang out while they're setting up, but. Number one, like I think that's a weird way to do it because number one, like, I feel like you're almost interrupting them while people are trying to set up. Number two, not everyone's going to be set up, so you're paying $50 to hope that people are already set up. And then, I don't know, like, I guess there's less people, so that is one benefit, but I don't think $50 justifies.
It'd be a little bit more, and it'd be different if they set up on Friday and they're paying for just purely exclusive access Saturday.
Right.
Then I'd consider it.
Yeah. $50 is a lot, though.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Well, when you compare it to the $10 to get in,
sure.
It's 5 times the price, so that's pretty
absolutely
crazy.
All right, so let's talk about specifics. So you mentioned Masked Rider. You don't have to talk about it again. We obviously already talked about it. So do you know what year? I don't know anything about
90-something, I think.
90-something, okay. Was it a TV show? Was it what was it?
Sure.
Oh, jeez.
I really don't know. Like, I think it was. I do think it's a TV show.
Is there a whole line of them?
Yeah, there's like different colors and stuff. Okay. But
Specific
I will show you like a picture of what I'm looking for.
Yeah. But you want to throw something specific. Like there's a specific one that you're looking at.
There's a specific one.
If you
I want it to be
green one that wouldn't be interesting to you.
Maybe.
Okay.
But I definitely want to try to find the specific one. I want it to be roughly like the 6-7 inch figure. Okay. Like I had, versus like something that's a 3-inch guy.
Are there options?
I mean, just like any toy, there's gonna be different. Yeah, they've made...
There's variations.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like, it's always... They put out a bunch of different toy lines and stuff. So, I definitely want to try one that's closer to the one I had as a toy. Yeah. As a kid, as a toy. So, I'll show you the image. I think I showed you once before, but I'll show you the image before we go so you can keep your eyes peeled. Otherwise, I'm just looking for...
So, is there... Other than that... So, that's going to be new. That's going to be a new collection altogether. So... Anything else new for you? Or is that,
I don't think so.
If you stumble across something that you think is cool or...
I think it's going to have to be if it's cool or if it's something I didn't know I wanted.
Which, again, that's kind of been our experience, too, with the... You're going to have to help me out here. The monsters from Beetleborgs.
Yeah, the Beetleborg guys.
Like, that wasn't something that you were like, no. You know, it's kind of impulse, but that was a solid perk.
That was still, like... It had a connection because it is Universal Monster... Yeah. Themed, sort of, right?
I'm still telling you, the day that you decide that you don't want that in your collection anymore, I want first offer on it, or be able to get first offer. I think it's cool.
Seems fair.
Okay, so
I think you though have some new items on your list, right?
Always. So, yeah. So I unfortunately I have notes in my phone. I made a note thing. Shocked, right? So all the toy lines. I've got all my regulars.
And you wrote down things I've never even heard of. Sound cool though.
I don't think
Snailians sounds cool.
Snailian. So I got my first Snailian. He doesn't have his armor. He's just a bear Snailian. He almost looks like a. What are those little is it Lucha Libre? I can't think of like the little. I think a Nacho Libre, and I don't think that's right. Is it Lucha Libre? The Mexican wrestlers.
Yeah, Luchador.
That's kind of what Luchador. Okay, so like that's what it reminds me of, and that's not what it is. But like, he's just wearing shorts or whatever, and then he would have a mech piece that goes on front and back and clam him in. So yeah, I picked one up for like super cheap, and now I'm kind of interested in those. But as far as things that I don't, so brace yourself for the Christmas show. Obviously, you gave me Papa Shango. It sparked something, so now I'm really interested in. Some WWF, some Hasbro.
That's on me.
So we'll see. I mean, nothing carded or anything like that. Carded's going to be too crazy, but if I could get some WWF Hasbro, maybe a Jake the Snake with a snake.
I think I'm going to be more actively looking for wrestling
Bushwhackers, but only the Hasbro line. That's the only thing I'm interested in. I've told you that from the beginning. Like, I like that style. I'm not interested in any of the. I'm
more interested in the guys I like.
Yeah, so. Like JLN line, like the more like rubbery ones I'm not interested in. I would consider like the thumb wrestlers. There's a whole line of thumb wrestlers because they would sit on like the end of
those. A Hogan one and
Do you really?
Macho Man one.
So they would sit like on an edge of a shelf. I think they're kind of cool. Yeah, I mean,
they were literally like a guy that was just like this.
Yeah.
And then you literally put your thumb in there. We had two of them. We have like 6 of them, but only 2 guys. So it was like the Macho Man guy, maybe. I think Hulk Hogan.
Okay. So I've basically collected or finished the collection on, we're close. McDonald's Happy Meals toys, the changeables. So specifically the Dino ones.
That brings me That brings up something for me too, so I'll let you finish. But then,
yeah, no. So I think I only need 3 more in that set. So I know people usually have dump bins full of stuff. I've never looked for them before, so I'm hoping that maybe stumble across.
It almost makes you wonder how many times like you missed it because it wasn't on your radar.
Right.
Just wasn't something you were into at the time.
All right, you do your happy ones,
So
and then we'll come
I don't
back.
know if you remember, but McDonald's used to do nugget toys that you could put like outfits on.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember having those as a kid. So that might be something that if I saw like a good set of them for like a decent price, because they might be pricey. This is me just like now this conversation triggered that would be a cool thing to own.
Yeah. So Fry Guys, do you remember those? They look almost like pom poms. So I have a handful of those too. I don't think there's very many that I don't have, but I think the Fry Guys are cool too. So changeables, Fry Guys. If there was duplicates on Nuggets, I would start collecting those too. I don't really want to go crazy down that line, but
more specifically, like the ones I think, and that they could be the only ones they had, but they were like Halloween themed. So one would be like a arachnid, some sort of spider character. And I just remember having those as a kid. Again, if they're like an arm and a leg, I'll probably bow out pretty quickly. But if there are a few bucks, I would consider doing that as something new.
Yeah, no, similar to like Snailians would be Battle Beasts. There's a whole line of those. They have like a little, it's like almost like a little hologram on their chest, but it's heat. So like as you rub it, then like a little symbol comes up. Micro. I mean, they're not big at all. So I mean, there's a whole line of Battle Beasts, that different animals that are wearing armor too. I think they're just cool. They're not posable. They're just rubber. I think they're rubber. I've seen them. I've never held one or whatever, but there's some really cool stuff out there. So I'd probably consider those. Inspector Gadget, like that whole cartoon line. I think there's some really cool stuff out there.
I like that cartoon.
Yeah,
I don't think I want stuff.
Like it's just I see other stuff, and then it's been sparking me to have like interest in other things. But like,
so I popped into a whatnot on a guy that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
So I popped into his because he had like some Power Ranger stuff in like his picture, and I don't even know the name of it, but like it was this face, and it opens up, and then there's like little figures and like a little play area, but it was no bigger than like the size of your palm, and we had them as a kid, and I don't know what they are. And
Mighty Max,
maybe.
So it opened up like and it had a mini playset built into it.
But it had like a face picture, like almost a Jason mask or like a Hannibal Lecter mask, with like bars going down this face and like a weird eye. And I haven't had a chance.
Oh, that specific one looked like that.
But like that reminded me of my childhood, so that might be something like.
So Mighty Max was like the boy version of Polly Pocket.
Okay.
And then TMNT obviously did all their minis too. So you get all that. You can get, basically it looks like a turtle. And then you open it up, it's a playset on the inside.
Might have been Mighty Max. I don't know, but
it's probably Mighty Max.
That just brought out the nostalgia. So like, if I were to see that thing at the show, like I would buy that.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. Like I like Beetlejuice. I really like the Beetlejuice, like the stuff that's that cartoon stuff. So there's a whole line of that. I don't know. Bill and Ted, but some of that stuff's kind of expensive. Here's a weird one. Super obscure. Stumbled across it and I think I saw it on a Whatnot, and then I looked, and it's not a very big line. I think there's like a total of like 4 or 6, and they are super cheap. I just don't think that people really have them. It's Fox's Peter Pan and the Pirates, and they're just
you mentioned that the other day,
yeah. So they're kind of goofy looking. I think that's just what appeals me to them. So if I stumble across those, I would. But like, I've got the list. My list of my normal collecting stuff, and then the stuff that I want to add or would be considering adding. Probably have 30 items. I mean, I can't actively look for 30 different lines, so it's gonna kind of come down to what's gonna appeal to me. But at least I have an idea of what all this stuff looks like, or what some of these lines look like. So we'll see. So I mean, I'm not going in with I want to do this, but I will tell you that like I probably will pick up something Grailish. Something that I've wanted for a while. I kind of like. I don't want to do. Okay, I always say this.
Don't want to do bigs.
No large items.
Do bigs.
Huh?
No bigs. First thing you're gonna buy is gonna be big.
Probably.
It's gonna be the Simpsons playset that you don't have that you can't pass on.
I have 2. I barely even need any playsets anymore. So
but barely even need doesn't mean you don't need.
Correct.
So that's what's gonna happen.
The one exception to this rule, and I'm staying it right here. You will not see. Seriously. You can hold me to this. The only playset that I'm going home with from The Simpsons is a reasonably priced, the one with Jebediah. The Jebediah Springfield set, which is like the rarest of them all.
Sure.
Probably goes for $300 to $500. I don't even know what the current price is on it. That'd be the only one that I would consider getting. And it's not going to happen, so I don't even care. Here's the only other, as far as larges go, big items. There's 2 exceptions.
Okay.
Police Academy Precinct.
Okay, that's fair.
Or a Ghostbusters fire station.
Well, you're gonna see those for sure.
Correct, but they have to be decently priced, and I really don't want to like chase parts, so I'd rather them be complete.
Yeah, but you gotta see. You usually see half a dozen of those at every
We'll see. Those would be the only two large, big items that I would consider, and I don't even know that I would buy either of them. But if I can find Police Academy Precinct, if it's decently priced, coming home.
Nice,
definitely.
Any crash dummies that would be a bigger item that you'd come home with?
If I can find them loose, I mean, I have the plane, I have the car. I think there might be some motorcycle, maybe a truck. The problem is people want crazy money for that stuff now.
Yeah.
Just a carded random whatever. They're going, last show they were going for like $50. I'm not spending $50. I'm just not doing it. So if I can find loose ones that are complete, I'm all for it. Although they're hard to display because they don't really want to stand. But I'm currently at obviously you know this. Our audience doesn't know this, but I'm currently in the process of redoing the entire basement. Finally putting in shelving. Finally displaying stuff that's been in boxes for who knows how long. But
yeah, that's going to be on my to-do list here is to do some reorganizing for my shelves. Yeah. I don't know about building new shelves at this moment, but I'll probably do box a few things away and just switch them out every quarter, every half a year. Swap out some pieces.
Instead of just displaying everything?
Yeah. Until I get the appropriate shelving for it, but
we can knock out the appropriate shelving.
That's just expensive, man.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
kind of fund me. Hit us up.
Yeah, right. So that's kind of my game plan. So gap fillers is going to be my thing.
Yeah.
Anything like that. So anything as far as anything else that you didn't mention?
Well, I'm going to say this now, and because I'm saying it, that booth has probably already sold them. But if you remember, there was a booth that had this guy. Sorry, I bumped the mic. And he had about 4 or 5 of them. I bought Apollo and I've bought Rocky.
Yep.
So if Drago's there, I'm going to get Drago this time.
And then they have them in different shorts, too. So there's probably...
Yeah, I think there was 5 or 6 total figures.
Okay.
I was Balboa a couple times, Creed a couple times.
Okay.
And maybe it was Clubber Lang and Drago.
Okay.
Can't remember.
Yeah.
But he was the booth that's in the smaller of the big buildings.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So hopefully he hasn't been selling that stuff and I can go back and get 1 or 2 more like I did last show. Sure. So that's really one of the gap fillers I'm looking forward to.
Okay.
I'll put that back later.
So he's in probably it's either Peck East or Peck West.
Yeah.
The first one we always went into. So
yeah,
not the atrium, not north. Yeah, not north south.
The smaller
so it'd be
the 2 actual closed buildings.
Actually, no, it would be north south.
I don't even know.
Trying to figure out.
He's in there though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might have my eye on some DC multiverse stuff. I like those. I want to get a Nightwing.
Okay.
The Nightwings I like are a little on the pricier side.
Okay.
The Nightwing variants that I don't like are on the cheaper side right now, which is fine, but I want to get the one I want.
Sure.
Always on the lookout for a unique Green Lantern ring, something that I don't have.
Yeah.
Because over the years they've done so many iterations.
Because there's one specifically that you've talked about before that you.
I was from
regret not
I think it was Noble Collections. I think is the company name, and I remember being at Graham Cracker Comics, and they were $30 at the time, and I could have afforded it, but I was part-time working. I was going to college, so I was $30 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
I could have made it work and been fine to this day, but I was just no, I'll get it next time, next paycheck, next time I'm in here, and there was no next time. I showed up and I was gone.
It's all right. Things happen.
Buy what you want. Get it. If you can get it, get it.
Is that your...
yeah, what does I always say? Can you afford it? Great.
Are your bills paid?
Are your bills going to get paid if you buy it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, then do you want it? Then get it. So that's kind of my philosophy of life.
It's a good philosophy.
And the one that James has been teasing me for. I could always make more money.
Can always make more money. Yeah. I totally agree with that.
Can always make philosophy more money. To live by.
Yeah, honestly, one of the things that I do regret not picking up or I don't know if it was the last year or the year before, but was the Palisades Ren and Stimpy stuff. And I found a couple I bought a lot not too long ago, and there was a couple of those in the lot, the Yak, and then I think there's one other figure, but there's a whole slew of them, and they're crazy expensive. And I should have just pulled the trigger when he offered me what he did for I think it was like 6 or 8 or 9 pieces. I don't even remember, but I think that's the one thing that like I definitely kind of sort of regret not just pulling the trigger on him.
Do you have Barnyard Commandos?
I do have Barnyard Commandos.
You bought those at the last show, didn't you?
I did not. So I bought the collection of the Rams and the Hogs.
Wasn't that the last show, though?
We saw a ton of carded ones.
Where was
I
it?
did
then?
not buy. I bought them on Whatnot.
Did
I bought them loose, complete.
I remember you having a conversation about a
did.
few of them at the guy with the
because
guy at the show.
And I don't remember his name. We used to go to his store in Chicago.
He was a really cool guy that we
yes,
really liked.
yeah,
I remember him.
So I don't remember his name, so I don't want to misspeak. But he offered me a really good deal on boxed. It was like the catapult or it was one of the vehicles.
Yeah.
He offered me a really good deal, and I probably should have pulled the trigger, but I kind of want that stuff loose. I mean, I'm cool with it being boxed, but I'm not going to open it if it's.
That's what's so tough.
I want it loose because I want to be able to display it.
Especially since I've done a few of those
way.
unboxing videos, and it's just been fun for me. It's like I'm looking at all my stuff. I was like, I should just pull it all off, but I definitely don't want to pull something off that has glued to a card. That's never going back.
Yeah.
At least like the Lightning collection, I could pull it out gently and always pop pieces back in, and most people are okay with them being displayed versus played. But it's always the tough one. So like almost sometimes I like buying things loose.
Yeah.
Hasbro has gone to the windowless boxes, so that's made it really easy to open stuff. Mm-hmm. Although there's rumor that they're going back to windowed boxes. So
I don't know. I do know because I did it. I do know this just in. I opened all my NECA turtles.
Uh-huh.
So and most of those are 50 and up, 35 for the singles, but a lot of stuff it's pricier, and I just had to open those. So again, I think what the reservation is when you have a box that just has tape, you cut it open, you slide out what you want, you display it, you can have the other parts, whatever, everything's nicely and organized, nice and organized. You don't have to worry about that. What I run into, and we've talked about this before, is like World of Springfield. So like I want to open all the Simpsons stuff, but like I have to razor open every single one of the things, and I have to organize the pieces and put them away because they can't actually like hold any of their accessories. Which is unlike, like TMNT, like they're made to like hold their accessories. So then you just have to bag all the accessories and put them. But so I think for me, like I'm going to open all of them because they're all sub 20 except for
a handful.
There's probably 10 or 15 that are a little bit more pricey and a little bit harder to come by. So like those, and then the ones that actually come in like the shipper boxes, the Toy Fair ones, like I won't open any of those because I like them the way they are. But those are all getting open when I get the display all up. So I'm making.
It's nice having open stuff. Like it's easier to display. Like, if you just look at the wall behind me, like a lot of that's loose stuff, and it's, I don't know, loose looks better in a sense.
Yeah.
I mean, just looks more interactive, more fun.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be forever a battle with me and
sure.
finding the line when to open them. But.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the beauty of everything we collect can be found out of box. Uh-huh. Some things are a little bit harder to come by than others, but there's not a single thing that either of us have that is so rare that we can't find it out of box. So maybe you go and you hit a point in your collection where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna start buying stuff loose.
Captain Planet.
Oh,
that's another one that's on my list. I forgot about that. Sorry. I know that's random, but I remember.
That's okay.
I think those are kind of pricey, though, which is okay. Kind of pricey is fine. Yeah. And again, shopping and knowing what it's worth is a big deal. But Captain Planet's a big thing. Surprisingly, I haven't gotten into Scooby-Doo, so I might look for some fun Scooby-Doo stuff.
I think there's a couple really cool Scooby-Doo lines that are not so kiddish. Yeah. Well, no, but even like just being like super kiddish.
Yeah.
That are more geared towards like the adult collector. Mm-hmm. There's some cool stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't mentioned, and that's not because we can't sit here and talk about everything on my list, but I just think that part of it is like I want to keep some stuff that's close to me so that when I find it, we can talk about it, or people aren't hunting for it. Not that I think we have our millions of subscribers are going to be taking my finds, but there's some stuff I want to like just see what what comes of it. And
sure.
because obviously we're going to do a video not right after, but within a couple days of the show, and we'll get one of those out. But we just wanted to sit down, talk about the show. I think it's a great show. It's something that we always find the time to go to. It's their 50th year, which is a cool thing. And it's the biggest event we go to on the year.
Yeah, at least currently. I mean,
yeah.
I know we're kind of looking to explore and expand out of kind of our normal zone.
Some stuff we've been talking about in Ohio, PowerCon and the Great Ohio Toy Show in Xenia, and we'll see what happens.
There's also even just been a couple more local ones.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a lot of cool stuff that's popping up this year that we'll be talking about. So lots of exciting stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about there? I mean, we're right at a half hour. I don't mind stopping it, but I just want to make sure that you talked about anything you want to talk about.
No, I'm just really excited because it feels like it's been a lifetime, especially like the
6 months.
I mean, but the from October to April seems much further, probably because winter and the crappy weather. But so it's like really, it's for us, it's almost like the start of our toy hunting season.
Yes,
you know what I mean. Like we go to our local toy stores and stuff like that in the winter, but like. It's like, this is here. Now we're going to do garage sales. We're going to go, oh, I heard about this like really odd, obscure flea market 3 cities over. Like, it's like it kicks everything off. So that's what I'm most excited for. Like, it's the kickoff of the new season.
April, Chicago Toy Show, kickoff to the season. So we basically go from April to October.
And then, October usually pretty much wraps up the toy season. So that's I think that's what I love so much about this particular toy show. And it's like the first one that we found that is like truly a toy show, right? Like you can get toys at flea markets, you can get toys at like comic and entertainment expos and conventions, but like this is toys and strictly toys pretty much. So I don't know. It's like this place, this event holds a special place in my heart, as I think it does yours.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited. 50 years, so hopefully we'll be kicking to still go to the 100th or at least the 75th, right? So
that would be awesome.
Yeah,
something to shoot for. So yes, follow us again. Or, obviously, we'll be talking about the after show at some point. But I think we got a good game plan. I think we'll be able to figure it out.
Yeah,
so
it'll be a good time.
Nothing's really changing for us, but you never know. One of these years we might hit up a Saturday. You never know. But I'm really excited. I think that we've got a good game plan, and I'm looking forward to it. So
absolutely,
all right.
Be a good time.
Cool. Here we go.
All right, guys. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram, Off Card Collectors. TikTok's still in the work, but you can go ahead and follow that for the time being. So when it is up and running, it's good to go. And please like, subscribe, comment on the YouTube videos. We love the interaction. And just follow us on all our socials. We'd appreciate that.
Thank you, guys.